Ahmadinejad, a U.S. citizen of Iranian origin, is a journalist and human rights activist who is often critical of the Iranian regime. Tonight, U.S. law enforcement is accusing Iran of a brazen plot to kidnap Ahmadinejad from the heart of New York City and hustle her to Iran, where a U.S. attorney says the victim's fate would have been uncertain at best.
Now, they're trying to kidnap an American Iranian citizen from New York to use me as a bargaining chip or, I don't know, execute me.
The details are right out of a James Bond or Jason Bourne movie. According to the FBI and prosecutors, the Iranian regime first tried to get Ahmadinejad's relatives in Iran to lure her to a third country so they could detain and transport her back to Iran. The relatives didn't agree. So, an indictment says 4 members of Iranian intelligence hired private investigators to surveil Ahmadinejad at her Brooklyn home, which she says the FBI tipped her off to.
Then when they showed me the photos of my private life with my husband, my stepchildren, my beautiful garden in Brooklyn, I was like, wow.
The Iranian intelligence agents seem to get really creative from there. Prosecutors say they looked at ways to get Ahmadinejad to a waterfront neighborhood in Brooklyn, then possibly whisking her away in, quote, military-style speedboats for self-operated maritime evacuation out of New York City. Then they researched how to take her by boat to Venezuela, which has friendly relations with Iran.
It is obviously disconcerting that they would dare to do these operations in the United States, and it certainly tells you that they don't sufficiently fear the United States.
The 4 Iranians have been charged with conspiracies related to kidnapping and other counts. They're on the run. An Iranian woman who lives in California was arrested earlier this month, charged with providing money for the plot. She's pleaded not guilty. This isn't the first time Iranian intelligence has been accused of an audacious plot on American soil. 10 years ago, prosecutors said Iran plotted to blow up an upscale D.C. restaurant, Cafe Milano, while the Saudi ambassador to the U.S. was there. The plot failed. Are they going to try other plots like this on American soil?
Well, unless they're punished severely, I wouldn't be surprised if they try again.
Both the White House and the State Department have condemned what they call Iran's dangerous and despicable plot to kidnap a U.S. citizen on U.S. soil. Iran has denied any involvement in the alleged plot, an Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman calling the allegations, quote, baseless and ridiculous and really not worth answering. He added that this is not the first time the U.S. has undertaken what he called Hollywood scenarios.